It's difficult to discount the influence the Metal Gear Solid franchise has had on the video game industry. One can even argue shaping it into what it has become today. The Metal Gear legacy has always pushed into new boundaries: deep and rich narratives, cinematic visuals, political and economic commentary. It has always inspired excellence. Metal Gear Solid 5 is no different. It doesn't really matter what you think you know, or even what you don't know about the series. Metal Gear Solid 5 is an experience unlike any game preceding it, and one of the most refined gaming experiences to have graced the medium. The concluding events in Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes left Snake in a coma for 9 years. The Phantom Pain's plot picks up where Snake awakens in a hospital from his coma and proceeds to make a cinematic escape. When the dust settles, Snake, now known as Venom Snake, seeks to rebuild Mother Base and Diamond Dogs, which is his private military nation. At the sake of not spoiling the story, I can't get too nuanced about the plot. But the standard Kojima flair is here: a wicked, interesting new boss, Skullface, who fosters thought-provoking ideologies. The elusive supernatural bosses with their motives shrouded in mystery are all still a prominent staple. Multiple webs of treachery and twists, it's all here and it's all fantastic. Where Metal Gear Solid 5 differs from its predecessors is the surprising lack of the long-winded cutscenes, which the series is actually quite well known for. A large majority of the narrative and its complexities are told through vintage cassette tapes that can be listened to at your own pace. This is a huge departure from previous installments, but quite welcomed because a large facet of this game is player choice, which also extends to the story delivery and intake, the end result being a unique presentation of a memorable narrative. The Phantom Pain hands down encompasses the best gameplay of the entire series. Those familiar with the PSP installment Peace Walker will notice the similarities. Metal Gear Solid 5 embodies a hot new trend or topic in the industry referred to as emergent gameplay, which is a fancy way of saying scenarios have an infinite possibility of outcomes, that the gameplay is dynamic and highlighted by the freedom of player choice. Controlling Snake has never been easier or so smooth. The vast array of weapons feel good, diverse gadgets have the ability to radically change your strategy and tactics, impressive level design that encourages creativity. Everything about the combat just feels really good. The Phantom Pain also sports a metagame in the form of Mother Base resource management, which feeds into your ability to obtain weapons and armor upgrades. A sort of independent military nation simulator, if you will. In a sense, it carries a hint of RPG-esque elements. The concept of combative versus non-combative systems is very prominent in Metal Gear Solid 5. Full-taunting enemies on the field, gathering resources during missions, all these feeds into a non-combative system, which in this case is Mother Base management, and in turn allows you to upgrade your efficiency in the combative system of the game, actual field missions. It's one of the most ingenious aspects of the gameplay that few talk about. Ultimately, I suppose it depends why you come to Metal Gear in the first place. The story, the bosses, the gameplay. I can see diehard fans not liking the direction 5 took in some aspects. Personally, I'm not a fan of the bosses in 5. Especially since Metal Gear, for me, is known for some of the most clever and novel ideas for boss fights ever in video games. But I can overlook it. When you boil it down, everything done in Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain has been seen elsewhere. But it's not as refined, not as cohesive. The sum of the Phantom Pain's parts materializes into an impactful gaming experience that few games rival. The Phantom Pain is an essential piece of gaming that at some point in your life you probably should play. Is it Kojima's magnum opus? It certainly makes a strong case.